This is the business law chapter summary for chapters 7 and 8. Chapter 7 starts off talking about ethics and business ethics and social responsibility, basically talking about good and bad conduct that you should do, should not do, what needs to be done in the workplace, all that stuff. And then they quickly go into the consequential theories, the deontological theories, the humanist theories. And they go into the corporate code of ethics, which is a study of corporate codes reveals that the actions most typically forbidden are paying bribes to foreign government officials, fixing prices, giving gifts to customers, or accepting gifts from suppliers, using insider information, and revealing trade secrets. And they go into the industry code of ethics, which is a hybrid model including do's and don'ts, generally addresses itself to subjects such as honest and fair dealings with customers, acceptable levels of safety, efficacy, and cleanliness, non-deceptive advertising, maintenance of experienced and trained personnel, competent performance of services, and furnishing of quality products. They go into personal code of ethics, which is pretty self-explanatory through all those. School of responsibility, social responsibility, profit-oriented school, managerial school, institutional school, professional obligation school, regulation school, which I didn't know what any of those were. I had to really look into those. Profit-oriented schools, business entities are distinct organizations in our society whose sole purpose is to increase profits for shareholders. Institutional school, business entities have a responsibility to act in a manner that benefits all society. And then in chapter 8, they talk about economic dimensions, which is differences in size and economic growth rate of various nation states, the impact of central planning versus a market economy on the availability of supplies, the availability of disposable income, and the existence of an appropriate transportation infrastructure. They go into culture dimensions, and legal dimensions, which talk about the national legal system, which is common law, Romano-Germanic civil law, Islamic law, socialist law, and Hindu law. They later on go more in depth with each one, describing which one, like what they talk about, what they're about. And then after that, the book talks about public international law, private international law, international trade, international licensing and franchising, foreign subsidiary, joint ventures, expropriation, bilateral investment treaty, which I didn't know what that was. It's a treaty between two parties to outline conditions for investment in either country. Immunity doctrine, active state doctrine, and then they go into the World Trade Organization and the European Union, which recently had some big activity with Britain leaving the European Union, which caused some mad hysteria. But overall, it's just chapter 7 and 8 talks about having business overseas, all the laws you have to look out for, the legal dimensions, and just code of ethics. Be sure like what to do if you're doing something right, if you're doing something wrong. You just got to make sure you know what you're doing.